Hello students, welcome to lesson 6 on independent and dependent events. It's the same thing. We are still doing probability and we're still using this formula right there. Okay? Again, today please print out your worksheet. One side will be your notes. We're going to do 8 problems today, and then you're going to have 8 problems for your assignment. Alright? Again, it's actually pretty important for you to print this out or actually write out the problems ahead of time and then take notes at the same time. It just makes things so much easier. Okay? So again, do 2 parts again. Today's part, right now is part 1 for the notes, and then we're going to do part 2 for the notes. Alright? Okay. So let's get started. Alright, let's get started on our notes part 1. Before we get started, we're not going to use area model or tree diagram to find our problems today. We're actually going to multiply to find our answers. It's so much faster and actually a lot easier also. Okay, we're going to multiply our outcomes, whether there are 2 events, 3, 4, or 5, it doesn't matter. We're going to multiply to get our answer. Alright? Okay, so we're going to start off with number 1. I'm going to read out number 1 quickly. To win a prize, students are to pick 2 wooden blocks from one bag. The bag contains 6 blue marbles, or blocks, 2 red and 2 white blocks. For this game, students are to pick a block, then put it back, then pick it a second time. And what's the chance of getting blue, then red? There's only one bag, but it serves as 2 bags. So they're going to pick a block from this bag, whatever they get. Then you're going to put it back and pick it a second time. So essentially it's like having 2 bags, but they're only using 1. Okay? So this is how you do it. Let's take a look first. There are 6 blue, 2 reds, and 2 whites. That makes it 10 total. That's something that maybe you want to write down somewhere here, 10 total. Alright? Alright. So our first try, we want to get blue, okay? And there are 6 blue out of 10, because there are 10 blocks in there, okay? And our second pick, okay, we'll put it back. We have to pick it a second time. The second one, we want to pick red, and there are 2 reds out of 10. So times 2 out of 10. All right? This is called an independent event. The reason why is because the 10 doesn't change because you put it back. We'll do dependent later on. Okay, so you multiply, you get 12 over 100. That's the same thing as 3 over 25. That would give you 12%. So the chance of you picking blue then red is 12%. Alright, let's go to number 2. Number 2 is actually the same type of problems as number 1. 1 bag, but this time they're asking what's the probability of getting blue then blue. Okay, I know there are 6 blue out of 10. A lot of students are thinking that's over 50%. That is correct if you only pick it 1 time. You have to pick it twice, so it's actually a lot more difficult to pick blue twice. Alright, so again, your chance of getting blue the first try is 6 out of 10. Again, you're putting the blue blocks back in, and then they mix it up, and you're going to try to pick it again, and you want blue again. So you net another 6 over 10. You multiply that, that will give you 36 out of 100. That's the same thing as 9 over 25, which is 36%. So the chance of you winning, getting blue and then blue, is 36% only. It's actually a lot more difficult than you think. Okay? Alright, let's go to number 3. Okay, so number 3, it says you accidentally dropped a coin from the top of 12 stairs. So again, there's a coin, there's 12 stairs, you dropped it. Okay? Apparently it gives you the same likelihood of landing, either on the coin or on the stairs. Okay? What is the probability that it will land on the 5th step and heads up? Okay, so again, there are 12 stairs, so that's 1 out of 12 stairs. The chance of you landing on the 5th is 1 out of 12 stairs. And what's the chance of getting heads? The coin has 2 sides only, heads or tails. So that's heads out of 2 chances. Again, the 5th stairs out of 12 stairs, heads out of heads and tails, which is 2. Okay? Again, we're just going to multiply that. That will give you 1 over 24. That happens to be 4.2%. That's a very, very low chance of getting the 5th stairs and heads 4.2%. Alright, so again, very difficult. Alright, let's go to number 4. Number 4 says, you are about to attack an orc in a role-playing game. You will throw 2 dice, one numbered 1 through 8, and the other with letters A through G. What's the probability that you will roll a 6 and a B? Okay, so a 6 is the same thing as 1 out of 8. The dice has 8 sides, that's 1 out of 8. And the second one, it has A through G. So we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So there's 7. So the chance of rolling a B is 1 out of 7, since A through G there are 7 letters. Okay? So that gives you 1 over 56. Again, convert that to a percent. So that's only 1.8% of getting a 6, which is 1 out of 8, and then a B, which is 1 out of 7. Alright? Okay, that is part 1 of the notes. Go ahead and email me if you have any questions. Then we can move on to part 2 of the notes. Hello students, welcome to part 2 of the notes. It's going to be dependent events. It's actually slightly different than independent. Dependent meaning that it's going to be dependent on what you do the first time. Okay? So let's go ahead and get started on number 1. I'm going to go ahead and read number 1 out. To win a prize, students are to pick 2 wooden blocks from 1 bag. The bag contains 6 blue, 4 red, 2 white. It's actually the exact same bag as we did on notes part 1. Okay, it's except that the only difference is that this time when you pick a block, you don't actually put it back. Okay, so this one you have to pick blue, then red. Okay, so just imagine this is the actual bag. Okay. So to win, you have to pick a blue, and then you have to pick a red. But this time again, you don't put the block back. So just say you do pick a blue, that is 6 out of 10. There are 6 blue out of 10 blocks. Okay? And then since you remove your blue block, that means, look at that, there's only 9 blocks left. Okay? Your second block should be red to give you a chance to win. Okay? So there are still 2 reds in that bag, and now there's only 9. Since you do not put the block back, okay, that has to change. That's only 9 now. Okay, so again, very similar, except that now becomes 9. So that's the difference between independent and dependent. All right. So what you have here is, let's see here, you're going to get 12 over 90. That is 4 over 30, and that happens to be, oops, sorry, my bad, is 2 over 15, my bad, 2 over 15, and that is 13.3%. So they actually give you a better chance of winning versus part 1, where I think it was 12%. Okay, so number 2, same thing. Okay, you want to get blue and then blue, so then it's 6 out of 10. Okay. Sorry, times. Now, if you get a blue, now if you take 1 blue out, as you can see, there's only 5 blue left, and then out of 9. Alright, so that would give you 30 over 90. That's the same thing as 1/3. That's the same thing as, let's see here, 33.3%. Alright, any question on that one? So that one's again a little bit different. Okay? Alright, let's go to number 3. Number 3, your drawer contains 10 red socks, 6 blue socks. It's too dark to see which are which, but you grab 2 anyway. What's the probability that you get 1 of each? So again, you got to know the difference between independent and dependent. This one you're not putting anything back. Each one is separate. So that's in the independent. But this one you're grabbing 2 at the same time, so you're not putting anything back, so that becomes dependent. That's a little bit tricky, so you got to know the difference between those two. Okay? So it looks like there are 10 red socks out of 16 total. There are 10 reds and 6 blues, so that's 10. You want to get 1 of each. So that one there is, let's just say that one's blue, red socks, and then the second one is going to be 6. Again, if you want to take 1, that means there's only 15 left in there. There should be 6 red that's left. Now, if you flip these 2 around, you put 6 over 16 and 10 over 15, that will give you the same answer anyway, okay? So that wouldn't matter if you put 6 over 16 and then 10 over 15 for your second sock. Again, it will give you the same answer, okay? That will give you 60 over 240. You reduce that to 1/4, and that will give you a 25% chance of getting each color. Alright? Alright, this one, number 4, is the same problem as this one, except that you want to get both red socks. Okay? So again, your first choice for red socks, there are 10 red socks out of 16. Okay? And if you took 1, that means there should only be 9 red socks left. And there should only be 15 socks total that's left. Okay? That will give you 90 over 240. Okay? You're going to reduce that to 3 over 8. And that will give you 37.5%. Alright, any question? I think that's it. Again, if you have any question, go ahead and email me. Difference between independent and dependent, you gotta be careful. This one here, you're not putting anything back. Whatever you take is what you get, so make sure you subtract. Alright? Okay, enjoy, have a good day, and I'll talk to you guys next time.